So good evening, everybody. We did last time about the first lesson in grade 9, and we did about the information communication technology. So that is the uh, headline, no? And by the way, I welcome our newcomer, right? So you're welcome to our class, Puta, right? Tanumi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we all warmly welcome you, huh?
Thank you, sir.
Right. So what's your school, Puta?
Museus College.
Right. Okay. Uh, we just started last week, last week. So you can take that video and then watch it, no problem, right? Have you watched
Okay,
that
sir.
one?
I couldn't, sir, but
All
I
right.
will.
Okay. So only few things we just talked about, and we studied about who is user, and then according to the user requirement he is doing, he is activating with the computer, and then according to his task we are going to name him. So we were discussing the few names of the users, and then we had some sort of a small activity after that, no? Then we discussed when we are going to select a computer, we have to follow up the requirements. So according to the requirements only we are going to select the computer when you are going to buy a computer, right? So those things we discussed only. Then after that we discussed the main two types of computer is that the portable computer and the non-portable computer. So portable computer means which we can carry here and there, but the non-portable is not, we cannot carry here and there, just keeping in a one place. So that's for non-portable computer. So we will study more about them in next year also, right? And then after that we want to discuss about the specification of computer. Haven't we discussed that one, Puta? We didn't discuss about the specifications. Chamitu, I think we started, I think so. Chamitu, can you hear me?
No, sir.
No, right. So shall we go ahead with that point now? Just write down the computer specifications. Okay. So I will go ahead with the computer specification. Computer specifications. Right. So what do you mean by specification? Right. So that's what we have to understand first. Right. So specification means a feature of the computer, right? There are many features are in the computer, so we have to recognize those features, and that is known the specification, right? There are many features are available, right? When we are talking about these specifications, we can divide them into two parts, right? So what are those two parts? There are some specifications available in the computer which is needed for, by the way, haven't we draw the computer and name them? We didn't do it.
We did an activity.
But what about the peripheral devices and all? We didn't talk about.
No.
Then I have to go ahead with that also, right? Sorry, then.
Last week, what we did was we talked about the types of computers.
And
Then
then
we did activity
activity.
1.1 and activity 1.2 and 3.
Yeah. Sorry. Then we'll go ahead with the lesson 1.3, computer peripheral devices. Sorry that I got mistake, right? computer peripheral devices. Let's go there and write down that heading first, right? Computer peripheral device. Peripheral device. Okay. So, what do you mean by peripheral device? That is what we have to study. Then we'll go to the next part, right? Okay. Uh, what is device? Device means which we are using for the computer to do our work, right? All the electronic machines that we use in the computer is called device, right? Before that, then shall we write down a small description about this? Small description, right? So write down. Uh, devices means devices mean devices mean all the electronic all the electronic all the electronic machines all the electronic machines that are connected to computer that are connected to computer with or without wire with or without wire that are connected to computer with or without wire. Okay. uh, in these devices in these devices in these devices we can find we can find we can find we can find in three types of we can find in three types of devices as following. Three types of devices as following. So you may write down like a small table, something like this, and say input device. This is output device, and these are devices, right? And storage device. Storage device. Can you make a small table like this? Right? So when we are talking input device, so what do you mean by input device? Then we have to understand what is output device and then the storage device. So by keeping table like this, can you write down here in down? Just leave one, two, three, 3 or 4 lines. Leave here and go ahead in down, right? Leave through Three lines may be okay, or 4 lines. Then after that you can write down input device. Right, it's a subheading, right? I'm just going to explain what is input device. So after I am explaining these three, so I will give you to fill up this one, right? Okay, input device, write down subheading input device. uh, all the devices all the devices all the devices that are that are that are connected to computer තේරෙන්නේ මොකද්ද මං කිව්වේ පොඩ්ඩක් කියවන්න.
All the devices that are connected to the computer
To the computer to feed the data and instructions. To feed the data and instructions. To feed the data and instructions is known as input device. Is known as input device. Right. So just write another here subheading. What is output device? What is output device? Okay. Output device are the devices. Output device are the devices. Output device are the devices that are used that are used that are used to get the information to get the information to get the information from the computer system. Right, let's go to the next one is storage device. What is storage device? Okay. ඊළඟට එකට ලියා ගන්න all the devices that are used in the computer that are used in the computer to store data so input device means the device we used to input the data to the computer. Output device means all the devices we use the to get the information. And storage means the device that we use to store data. So these are the three kinds, but there are many types of computer, right, peripheral devices. But according to our this book, we are taught only three devices: input device, output device, and the storage device. Okay, can you go ahead with this name of these three now? Let me have examples for input device, output device, and storage device. Can you write down? I will just talk with you then later on. right? Okay. Right. uh, Tinumi, can you tell me what are the input device that you wrote there?
Screen,
You wrote screen, no? I will write down screen,
keyboard,
keyboard,
mouse.
mouse. Right. Puta, this is wrong. Screen is not a input device, right? But the other two is correct. Okay. Right. Why I'm saying that screen is not input device? What screen does, Puta? Whatever inside the computer, whatever happening is showing us from the screen, right? So that means the out, it gives us the everything what it does inside the computer. It's showing us means it's giving us. So it's outputting, not the inputting inside. Therefore, the computer screen considered as what? Considered as
Wrong.
output device, right? It should output device, right? Then I put here screen here, right? So this is wrong, okay? Right. So don't worry. එහෙම ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ. එහෙම අපි වැරද්දුවොත් තමයි අපිට තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් ඉන්නේ. So don't worry about that. Okay. Pamudita, so what are the output device?
Projector, speaker, monitor, headphones.
Projector,
Speaker, monitor, headphones.
speaker, monitor, headphone.
Oh,
Yes, these are all correct because you know all of these are using to get the information from computer to the world, to the outside. No, from screen means whatever happening inside is showing us. Projector means also the same. It's giving us the whole things. No, the projector and the speaker giving us the sound from the computer itself. Headphone is same. Right. When we are considering about output, what sort of output are there in the computer? What kind of outputs are there? Oh, Jamitu?
Outputs information.
Right, output information. What sort of informations? Huh? There are, I think for me, remember three types. No, one is uh, sound, sound output. Ne? The other one is visual, visual output. The other one is sound, visual, and there is another one. Sound එක ශබ්දය output කරනවා, visual output කරනවා, ඊළඟට hard copy. So what do you mean by hard copy?
Like files.
Yes. So whatever we can see inside the computer Puta is called soft copy. So we cannot touch them. Now you all are here, so I can see you all are here from this my screen, and this is what? This is soft copy. I cannot touch, but I can see only. Hard copy means that I can touch. So that means there should be another device here to get hard copy. What is that?
Printer.
Very good. Printer. So printer is the device that we use to get the hard copy. Okay. Printer is the device where you get the hard copy. So these are outputting from a computer inside to the world. That's why we call it output device. And these devices are always putting inside to the computer. So let me have another one or two input devices so that for your references. In අපේ කම්පියුටර් ඇතුළට දත්ත ගවන්න දාන්න පාවිච්චි කරන device තමයි input device කියන්නේ. අර keyboard එක correct. Mouse එක that also correct.
Mic එක.
Very good. Mic, microphone. Some more.
Sir,
Some
can
more.
you take scanner?
Yes, very good. Scanner. Scan also. Scanner. Then what else? What else? Tanvi, කතා කරන්න පුතේ බය වෙන්න එපා. So I need you to talk and I need you to be active here. Right? So you may you sometimes tell one device it may wrong or right, it doesn't matter. अब මෙතන ඉන්නේ සාකච්ඡා මාර්ගයෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න. So we just talk and then learn. Right? I'm not going to give like a lecture type. ඔයාලා අහන් ඉන්න මං කියන් යනවා එහෙම මං කැමති නෑ. I need actively to be participated. Okay? Okay, mic okay, scan okay, keyboard okay, mouse okay. Then give me another one.
touch screen
What was that?
touch screen
Touch screen. Good idea. But touch screen, right, look at here. Touch screen, what does it do? Right, when I touch it, it gives the instructions to the computer, right? So that means that screen is giving input in the data to the computer. So in that case, okay. But once you touch and give the instructions, again you will see what happened inside. For example, I touched in the touch screen 2 into 2. So that means that goes inside and you can see number is 4. Answer is 4. So we can see that from the touch screen even. No? So that means touch screen does two things. What are the two things? It behave like inputs. Sometimes the same screen it behave as output also. Right? So that's why we are not using touch screen to consider as input, touch screen consider as output. We use it as input output device. Right? We call it them input output device. There are some sort, there are very few devices are there, very few. Right? So those are always the same device is used into input data and also output data, same device. Example as she said touch screen, and I can give another example for that modem. You know modem is active as same as in sometimes modem active as a input device, in sometimes modem act as a output device. So only 2 or 3 devices are there like that. But other than others, we can manage like this. Okay, very good. Then what තේරෙනවද පුතා මොකද ඒකේ වෙනස? Did you understand?
yes
Yes, there are some exams they are using that tricks also. ගොඩක් example එක පාවිච්චි කරනවා touch screen එක අයිති වෙන්නේ මොකටද කියලා. So සමහර අය input එකක් ගහන කෙනා සමහර අය output එකක් ගහන කෙනා ඉන්නවා. So we have to understand it. So input output device is that, right? Okay, what else Pamudita? Input device.
මම ලිව්වේ සර් ඔය හතරම තමයි.
තව තියෙනවා.
Sir, gaming controllers, joystick වගේ.
Yes. Okay. Joystick you can put as input, okay?
සර් වෙබ් කැමරා
Yes. Joystick, webcam. What else? What else? Why barcode reader? You know what is barcode reader?
Yes, they are the devices that are used to read the barcodes on objects like
Yes,
when
like
buying them.
yeah, look at here. This is a whiteboard pen. Here you get a barcode. You get the bars, and there are a lot of bars are there, right? So that is called barcode. So that can be read by that machine. So that means if the barcode is there, when I take this device and we just put nearby there, then this device can recognize the prices of this product and many detail on that, right? That's why we call it barcode reader. Okay.
සර්
That
ඒක නේද අර කැෂියර්ස් ලගාව තියෙන්නේ?
Yes, especially when you go for the supermarket, you will find that. You will find the supermarket. එක සමහර තැන්වල රවුමට දින සමහර තැන්වල කොටුවට තියෙනවා. Right? So that is barcode reader. And there can be many more. So you know what is output device? Okay. Right. What about storage device? Storage device.
Hard disk,
Very good. Hard disk. Right. Good.
pen drive,
Okay. HDD hard disk. Pen drive.
floppy disk,
Yes. FDD. Floppy disk. Yes.
top drive.
Sorry.
Sorry, the tape drive. Tape drive.
Tape drive. Tape drive will say tape. Okay. Tape drive.
Blu-ray,
Yes. Tape drive. Then the Blu-ray.
flash
Blu-
drive,
Very good, Putta. Flash drive is the same as the pen drive, right? You can say flash drive. Flash drive, pen drive, as say same as similar.
සර් SD කාඩ් එකත් ස්ටෝරේජ්.
Good, very good. SD card.
Sir,
SD
memory
card.
card එක ගන්න පුළුවන්ද?
Memory card is called SD card, no?
Yes, the one in the phone.
Sorry?
SD card is the one in the phone, right?
Yeah, SD card can be used in the phone and also computer. Why? There is a card reader there, no? That card reader you can click to insert to the computer, especially in the laptop. You get it. Right? Desktop, of course, you have to separately buy that drive and you have to connect to the desktop. But in laptop, it comes with that, no? It comes with that. Some more is there storage device. Right. So you can write down this one, and if you remember something else, that also tell me then later. Then after that, okay, you can write down it. Right. Okay. Now, can you draw a computer system and name them? Just write down
Okay.
a computer system, right? And you can draw the computer system and name them so that I can see whether you understood or not. So you have to draw it. Why I'm giving you to draw it, one? Actually, no, you know that what is input device and what is output device. But I'm asking you to draw. Why? What is the reason that I'm asking you to draw it? Hmm?
To test our practical knowledge.
Uh, what kind of practical knowledge there?
When it comes to using hardware.
Uh, okay, that also can take. Not my, that is not my idea. It's okay. That also can be tested, right? But why I am saying to do is that, Puta, you must know how to draw it. That's the problem. You know, in cartoon wise, if someone is asking you to draw a computer, so that you should be able to draw it. And the other thing is, now someone is asking you to draw that computer system, or you say system in it, then how do you going to draw it? So that's what we want to know it, no? So you have to just practice it how to draw it, right? Someone asks you to draw the screen, then so these are the, that's why I'm asking you to draw it and get practice and write the name. Then you will understand the name, as Tamuju said that we will understand the devices, and as well as we know how to write the device in cartoon wise. For example, printer. If you want to draw the printer, how do you going to draw the printer? Huh? So just go like this. Huh? Something like, right? Something like this. Okay, this type of is known as printer, right? Right? This is a cartoon. So once you look at this one, once you look at this picture, everybody knows this is a printer, right? So I need you to draw those devices something like this. Therefore, you draw the computer system and name them. Then I can see how do you do it, right? කැත වුණාට කමක් නැහැ. Not only the devices, I need the system itself, right?
සම් මොකද්ද කරන්න කිව්ව මට හරියට තේරුණා.
Computer system එකක් හදලා නම් කරන්න කිව්වේ. Once you finish it, let me know. Raise your hand. Puta finished or not yet? Right. Tanumi, can you show me this one? Tanumi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I'm showing.
All right. Hello. Right. Okay, Puta. Just show me again. Uh, right. But there should be names, no? And also it has to, what do you call, you have to connect with them with the wire, no?
Okay, sir.
Right. And that do it. Okay. What about the Pamudita? Pamudita, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Okay, show me. Mm, okay. And yours also must be connected, right? Okay, Chamutu? Chamutu, can you hear me? Chamutu, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm showing it.
All right. All right. Chamutu one is somewhat okay. So you all can look at there. And here's that system in it. And there are many devices and all they are connected with wired, right? So that's okay. Right. Okay, Chamutu. So others just finished it. Right. So you may draw a system unit like this. Okay. So it can be a something like this, right? So it's a system unit, right? Not the CPU, huh? It is not CPU, it's a system unit. Okay. And then monitor, it can be a monitor, right? Now this is what you call, this is CRT monitor, but nowadays there is no monitor. But when you are drawing, so you may draw like that even, right? Even this is okay, right? This is a CRT monitor. Nowadays we are not using this one. Either you can draw like this, or the that I saw the Chamitu was drawing, that was also correct, right? Okay, then the speaker, right? It's the speaker. So everything has to connect to the system unit. And the keyboard, right? So it's a keyboard, symbol of keyboard. Right? It has to connect to here. So something like that, the symbolic way of you should be able to draw in a symbolic way of you should be able to draw it. And then the headphone, and it can be mic here, right? So it has to connect here, and printer, right? Printer, right? Right. තව අපිට මොනවද තියෙන අඳින්න කාටුන් වයිස් පුතේ?
Speakers,
ඈ?
speakers,
Speaker. This is a speaker.
speaker නෙමෙයි sir, mouse.
Mouse, right? Mouse could be like this, right? This is a mouse pad, and this is a
Sir, web camera.
right web camera. It's just a something like here, right? It can be curve or it doesn't matter, right?
So I also drew a router.
Yes, router. Router can be just a box, something like. It can be a modem or router, something like. If you want to make it a and to antenna, something like here, or it something like modem also same way we draw modem router, same architecture, right? It can be it cannot be same as it is. Maybe no, but I just gave you idea only, right? What else? Okay, so once you look at that, just you have some sort of a idea, round idea, right? Okay, any more questions? That's okay, no? Right. So can we go ahead with the activity book 1.2? Go ahead with the 1.2 activity book.
Excuse me, sir.
So we have already done 1.2.
Is that so? Then no need. Then no need.
Sir, I didn't get my workbook.
Puta, if you go to the LMS, in LMS I have uploaded. If not so, just let me have a small message. I will send it.
Okay, sir.
Right? You go there and watch it. If it's not there, let me have some small message. You know, my number is there in my screen. Can you take that one? Okay, I'll write down here. Right. Okay. Now you send me a message and I will send it to you. Right. Okay. Then let's move to the next point. Is that computer specifications. Right. Now shall we move to that point? Computer specification. ඒක හරියද? මුකුත් තියනවද අහන්න ගැටලුවක් තියනවද? No problem. Shall I raise this one? Right. Computer specification. Okay. So what do you mean by specifications?
The things that are in the computer.
Yes, the things that are in the computer, or we can say uh, the 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 features of the computer. No, if I say features of the computer, can be corrected. No, features of the computer. Right. Shall we write down that one? Right. The many features. The many features. The many features or the facilities. Many features or the facilities. Many features or the facilities of the computer are known specifications. Are known specifications. Are known specifications. අපි එක්සාම්පල් එකක් ලියාගමුද මෙන්න මෙහෙම length, height, color, processor speed, etc. Length, height, color, processor speed, RAM, etc.
Sai example කියන්න.
Length, just example, length, height, color, etc. Okay. This Harida, right? These specifications, these specifications can be divided as following. Can be divided as following. Can be divided as following. First one, right? First and second you can put like that. එක දෙක කියලා දෙක ලියා ගන්න. එක තරු දාලා ලියා ගන්න. මේක එච්චර ලොකුවට දීලා නැහැ. ඒකත් කමක් නැහැ. ලියා ගන්නකො අපි ලියා ගමුක එක. Technical specification. Technical specification. Non-technical specification. Right? මොකද්ද පුතා technical specification කියලා කියන්නේ? What do you mean by technical specifications? The specifications that directly required for the computer operations. So non-technical means it's important but not directly important. Right? Then අපි ගත්තොත් එම බහන්ඩේ මිල ගැන ගත්තොත්, right, the price of the computer, it is necessary for us, it's important matter, but it is not involving the directly how to to open the computer. No, it's not opening the computer. Even though the high price or low price, it doesn't affect to the operations of the computer, but that point is important. Price is important, color is also important, but it is not effectively for the operations of the computer. No, so that's what we call technical and non-technical. RAM, how many RAMs are there? So is it a technical or non-technical?
Technical.
Technical. Why? The RAM is needed to open the computer. Without RAM, computer cannot open it. So it's a technical specification, right? Something like that. Okay. අපිට ඔය අපේ පොතේ අපිට වැඩි හිටි හෑන්ඩ් කියලා නැහැ ඇත්තටම. ස්පෙસિෆිකේෂන් එකක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා තමයි එතන පැහැදිලි කරලා තියෙන්නේ. So by looking that specification, you will be able to understand what are the things available inside the computer, inside and outside the computer, right? So that's what we have to understand, the specification of the computer, right? So why we need to understand specification of the computer? What is the purpose of understanding specifications? Yes?
For troubleshooting.
Huh?
For better troubleshooting.
No, of course. When you are buying a computer, we must know specification. Why is that?
For the user requirements.
Very good. That's one. So we are going to buy a computer for what? For our requirements. So when I am going to buy our requirements of the computer, we must know what are available inside the computer. That means we have to know specification of the computer. Then only I can understand whether this computer is good or this computer is good for me or this computer is good for me or so like that we can understand, that's only. Then it is important to understand the specification due to buy a computer according to your requirements. According to your requirements, right? Okay, shall we write down another paragraph? A paragraph it is important to understand it is important to understand the specification of computer. Understand the specification of computer. When we buy a computer, when we buy a computer, when we buy a computer, according to our requirements, according to our requirements, according to user requirements, what command? Right. Now we are going to understand a few points of technical issues or the technical requirements. So technical specification out of technical is one is the processor. So now we are going to understand one by one some uh, specification of the computer. Okay. So according to your book 1.5.5, it is mentioned the processor. The processor is the main part of the computer. So we must know about that. Before we buy a computer, we must understand what is this computer. So normally a computer is named by the processor, right? This is what happening, right? Okay, Pamudita, මොකද්ද ඔයාගාව තියෙන computer එක?
sorry, Intel i3 Go මතක නැහැ.
හොඳයි. චමිතුගේ
Intel R.
Intel R, right. අරයාගේ i3 ඔයාගේ Intel R.
Intel R මොකක් හරි තිබ්බා.
හරි. Tanumi, what about yours?
Sir?
What is your computer?
Sir, I don't have a computer.
You are having computer. You don't have the computer. You have the phones, no?
I'm logged in by an iPad.
Sorry,
I'm logged in by an iPad.
iPad, right? So you don't have any computer with you, but you are using iPad for that. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. So what is the process of your iPad? So you are not aware how to look at that, no? So you know, in iPad you may have a icon of the whole system. Right? So you have to go to the iPad, right? Like in normal company you get see, no, my computer, same as iPad also have the same icon. So right click on that and go to the property, then you will find out the specification of the computer where it is been mentioned your processors, right? And so we must not understand even iPad. We must understand the processor because you know there are few varies are there according to the iPad processors, right? So normally we name the computer from the processor, but not the operating system, right? සමහර අය කියන Dell එකක් මට තියෙන්නේ. සමහර අය කියන මට තියෙන්නේ මොකද Dell එකක් කියනවා, HP එකක් කියනවා, ඒ වගේ ඒවා කියනවනේ. එහෙම එකක් බෑ, right? හරි. අපි එනම් පටන් ගමු ලියාගමු පොඩ්ඩක් processor කියලා the processor කියලා ලියාගන්න. මාතෘකාව the processor. හරිද? ඒක ලියාගමු මේ පොඩි විස්තරයක්. හරි. මෙහෙම හිතන්නකෝ process එකක් කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? process එකක් කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? චමිතු.
කම්පියුටර් එකේ බ්‍රේන් එක වගේ.
ඔව්. කම්පියුටර් එකේ බ්‍රේන් එක වගේ. තව විදිහකට අපි විස්තර කරන්න කොහොමද කියන්නේ?
The main component that gives signals and commands.
Okay. Right. In physically,
I didn't understand, sir.
in physically, how we can explain about that? Right, like here, processor is a electronic or the circuit. Processor electronic circuit, right? So that is the main part of the computer, or main and the expensive part of the computer, right? Have you seen a processor? Right, this is the processor, right? This is a processor, okay, and here you get the other side, and this is this side, okay, and where it is located?
On the motherboard.
Very good, on the motherboard, right? So you get a motherboard here. It's a broken motherboard. I just keeping with you to show this one. So this is a motherboard. In motherboard you get a square type box here, no? Here, this square type box. So for that I just put this processor here, something like here, and there is a pin to lock it, right? So keep like this, and then you have to like keep like that, lock it. So it will be locking here, right? And this is what you call motherboard. The motherboard is where? In the system unit, right? So this processor has main three parts. What are the main three parts? Processor has main three parts, right? One is ALU, CU, memory register. So these three are known as CPU. Three are known as CPU. CPU also called as processor. Processor is equal to CPU. Okay, and this is the brain of the computer, and it's so giving us the very important matter, right? All the computer is controlling from this unit. Okay, okay, shall we write down about that? Processor is the processor is the processor is the processor is the මොකද මම පුතේ කිව්වේ කියන්න කිව්ව එකයි?
මොකද්ද, sir?
මොකද මම දැන් කිව්ව වාක්‍ය පටන් ගත්තේ කොහමද?
Processor is
Processor is the expensive is the expensive and important part of the computer, an important part of the computer, expensive and important part of the computer, and acts as a brain, and acts as a brain part of the computer, and acts acts as a brain. It's also called CPU. It's also called CPU. It's also called CPU. This can be divided into three logically as following. This can be divided into three logically as following.
සමාව ස්ටක් වුණා ආයෙ පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්න.
This can be divided logically as following. This can be divided logically as following. මෙන්න මේ CPU එක ඇඳලා ඒ වගේ කොටස් තුන නම් කරගන්න ඒ ඇති අදට. හරිද? අපේ තව අපිට මේකේ තියෙන පොඩි දෙයක් කියන්න ප්‍රොසෙසර් එකේ ස්පීඩ් එක අනුව තමයි කම්පියුටර් එකේ ස්පීඩ් එක තීරණය වෙන්නේ. Right? So you can write down this also. යටින් ලියා ගන්න වෙනම the speed of the processor 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 is measured in hertz is measured in hertz hertz measured in hertz H is in shortened form way H capital simple Z H is hertz in shortened form. H is right? Hertz. Nowadays gigahertz GHz gigahertz is the measurement. Nowadays we use gigahertz GHz to measure it. The speed of the processor is also called මේ processor එකේ speed එකට කියන තව වචනයක් මොකද්ද? clock speed. Right? Clock speed. ඒකට එහෙමත් කියනවා right? ඔයාලන් අහන්න බලන්න what is the clock speed of the computer? So that means what is the speed of your processor? Right? So that's called clock speed. Okay? There are three types of processors. 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 එක දෙක තුන කියලා ලියාගන්න එක single core දෙවෙනි එක number 2 dual core ඊළඟ එක quad core can spelling QUAD quad CORE quad core. එතකොට single core කියද්දි එක process එකයි තියෙන්නේ. ඊළඟ dual core කියද්දි ඒක ඇතුළේ process දෙකක් තියෙනවා. එක process එකක උනට ඇතුළේ process දෙකක් තියෙනවා. quad core කිව්වම එකක් උනට ඒක ඇතුළේ process තියෙනවා හතරක්. So you can write down that, right? Single core 1 process, dual core 2 process, quad core 4 process within one physical processor. right? clear හරිද single core කිව්වම ඒකේ processor එකක් ඇතුලේ තියෙන එක processor එකයි dual core ගම එක processor එකක් ගත්තා ඒක ඇතුලේ cores දෙකක් තියෙනවා ඒ කියන්නේ කාර්යයන් දෙකක් විතර කරන්න පුළුවන් quad core කිව්වම ඒක ඇතුලේ process හතරක් තියෙනවා ඒ කියන්නේ එක වතාවෙදී වැඩ හතරක් කරගැනීමේ හැකියාවක් තියෙනවා හරිද right ඊළඟ ලියන්න ඊළඟ වාක්‍යය Intel ඊළඟ sentence එක Intel, Apple, AMD, Motorola කියන company එකක් Motorola are the manufacturers of the CPU. Are the manufacturers of the CPU. හරි. මම හිතනවා පුතේ අද අපිට ඇති ඔය ටික අපි ඊළඟ දවසේ ඉදලා කරමු. පොඩ්ඩක් ඔක ආයෙ නැවත බලා ගන්න. If you want to go through your textbooks as well as if you want you can take the video and again go through the video also better, right? And we will continue next week also same as that time, right? Okay, any questions there today's lesson? මොනවද තියෙනවද අදහන් ප්‍රශ්න මොකද? ගැටලු මොකුත් තියෙනවද පුතේ? චමිතු තේරුණාද?
ඔව් සර්.
right. එතකොට පමුදිත
තේරුණා සර්.
තේරුණා. තනුමි any questions?
තේරුණා සර්.
right. හොන එහෙනම් අපි අද නතර කරමු මේ මොන හරි ගැටලුවක් තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න ඕනේ. ඒකම තනියම ඔයාලට පුළුවන් අර LMS එකට ගිහිල්ලා පුතේ එතනින් ගන්න. නිකන් හරි ඔයාලට මොකක් ඉෂුව එකක් තියෙනවා නම් මට කෝල් එකක් දෙන්න right